Morning everybody, Thursday the 22nd of January, hope you're all well. We're just here at the minute, we haven't started spreading yet, but we're just doing some maintenance. So we've had every single macerator out, replaced all the cups and springs in all the macerators on this boom. We're just waiting for some metal brackets. We're just renewing and redoing all the pipes along here, the dribble bar pipes. This tanker here, it's just had a major overhaul. Both of them have, because this one's coming up to 5 years old in May, and it's done 600,000 cube, and the other one's done 700,000 cube. So we're just going right through it. We've redone all the bearings and seals in all the pumps, the turbo heads, redone all the macerators, fixed any pipes with cracks in. So we've just sleeved them, for instance. Basically, this tanker has had 24 grand's worth of parts put on it this time. So yeah, we just needed to get them up together. They're actually going to be sold this time, and we'll have some new ones coming for next year. So yeah, this one should be finished. Well, the main bulk of it finished. We've just got these, the drip hoses, dangly boys as we call them. We just got a load of these to replace and put some new metal braces on the pipes to hold them. So yeah, we've done bushes on the axles, on the springs and everything like that. All the tractors have been serviced. We're just waiting, literally, we've got another pallet load of stuff to come from Samson tomorrow. So by the middle of next week, we'll be up together. We got a few like, see these here, they're like an auto lube grease pipe that goes into the back here. That's all fine. That's just the amount of grease that's come out where it's been pumping in over the years. But we've just had a few of those to replace, and a few mods to do to the booms just to keep them up together and everything. So yeah, it's been a pretty damp week this week, apart from Tuesday was a nice day. So yeah, Paul's just in the workshop making some brackets up and everything. The lorries are all busy like normal. On digestate, we're still filling lagoons. We've still got plenty of space in lagoons, so which is good, and we hope to start spreading the end of next week if the weather dries up. So yeah, that's what we're up to at the minute. So we're just here in Burwell, just fencing the last block here for this 1400 odd sheep, nearly 1500. We're just putting the last bit of fence out, just taking it in turns. I did the first half of the fence and Dad's doing the second half. We've had a few problems with the wrapper. I don't quite know how to use it properly. So when we reeled it up, we didn't reel it quite tight enough on the spools. And of course it went under itself. So it's taken us a bit longer than we thought to do what we're doing here today. So yeah, so now we move these ones here in front onto this. This should do them a couple of weeks, hopefully. And then they'll move down the far end of the field to that bit, and we'll put the 700 that are behind us, 800, sorry, behind us in the field above this one. So that's what we'll do. The old gator, she's a bit of a nuisance for doing fencing, but she's good at the same time as well, because you can chuck all the stakes and posts in the back of it. So it's quite handy for that, really. Hang on a minute, we'll get to this corner, Matt. Do well. Right, let's get this post here. Matt, would you just pass me the hammer? Do you mind? The hammer. Thank you. Just bang this post in. I just want to take the reels off and put them on there now. Dad, we'll just put the reels on that corner then, yeah? So this is the bottom one. Take the bottom one first, it'll be easier. That's the bottom, Dad. Bottom one's always bottom. It's quite good, this old these posts, because got anything left on the spool or whatever, you just put it on there and tighten it up. Which is a good job. So this one's the middle one. Middle mat. Oh. So yeah, at the moment we've got 2,000, nearly 400 here, 2,300 and I think 50 odd. And then at Sawston we've got 360 there at the minute. So yeah, we've got a fair few sheep on. We just need to be getting on grazing now. So yeah, that's sort of what we're at. We just, you know, the cold weather helped. That helped to meet, but also because they're getting fat as well. Because they're getting fat, they're obviously eating more. So the bigger they get, the more they eat, sort of thing. So yeah, what's Dad done here? He's got himself in a right old muddle. Might have to swap a few over here, Mad Matt, in a minute. So yeah, no, these sheep hopefully will go in 3 weeks' time. I should imagine most of them will be fat, to be fair. Yeah, we just got to pick this fence up here now, let all the sheep into this bit. They'll happily graze this bit for a while. As you can see, the frost as well has affected the leaves. So you can see like the old ones are now dying where the frost, and then the, you know, all the outside leaves, look, they're all breaking off. Like you can break them off, do you know what I mean? But out the centre of the plant, you know, there's fresh growth coming here. They're a fair old crop, aren't they? I mean, crikey, some of the ones I see down there just, they're absolute monsters. Look, come over here, Matthew. So we actually had 10 or 12 mil of rain yesterday, but yeah, look where they get space. I mean, look at that. Do you know what I mean? This one here, look. These couple here, look. Look. They're absolute monsters. But they're quite consistent, do you know what I mean? They're, you know, they're big all over, you know. Look at them, they're bigger than sugar beet, which is wild. But it's just been so mild through the winter, so they've just kept growing. So current to date, if these sheep, if this 2,300 odd stay out here for another 3 weeks, which I think they will, this field's going to have grossed £32,000 worth of income from sheep keep, which works out about £628 a hectare, plus the plus the mid-tier, sorry, on top of that, cover crop, which is £130 an acre. Cost to put it in was £5 for the seed, and that's Samson seed, and then that cost us about £40 a hectare to put it in, because we did it with a low disturbance subsoiler on the back of the on the front of the Vardastat. So this ground's already been subsoiled to 12 inches and it's chalk, so we won't need to do it again, depending on what the weather does. But we're then going to have a load of solid digestate tipped up in 3 heaps along here, so the spreaders don't have to travel too far. And we'll probably put 40 to 50 tonnes a hectare on of solid digestate. We'll plough press it, Torano the headlands once we've ploughed them, because we won't press the headlands, just to level them up and everything. And then we'll let it sit stale for a couple of weeks. And then we'll, or depending on when we get to plough it, depending on the weather, or it might be crack on straight on, power harrow it, and then drill it straight away. So we'll just see how we get on, see what the weather does. We was looking around the rape this week. The rape's actually moving, even though it's cold. I've got my gloves and that on today. There's the centre buds there, and it's coming. It's rape's at stem extension now on a lot of our rape. And then barley's tillered like mad. The hybrid Kingsbarn barley, that's tillered like mad, and the second wheats here are very good, and the first wheat up on the hill there behind beet, which was drilled in November, that's come well. And so of the other 2 bits, we're just waiting. The mouse lines will appear in a minute or two. Look at the size of this one, Matthew. It's as big as you. Look at that for a turnip. Like, what on earth? Look at it. That'd be, well, you think that'd be 3 kilo. So yeah, look at that next to my welly. That's a size 13 chameau. Look at that. That's wild. So yeah, so no, we're looking at doing a demo day here as well, with sand sprayers later on in February. So with Thomas Sands and maybe his friend and brother-in-law Tom Youngs, maybe we might get him along as well and get people down here to see the new Affinity sprayer, 6,000 litre, with the new boom leveling and everything on it, and cab, and the whole new. Be really nice to see it like a British built sprayer, because everybody, I know we run a Rogator at the moment, but everyone harps on about Rogators and Horseshes. But it'd be really nice to see, you know, a real good British made sprayer, and see what it's like in comparison to what we've already got. So hope we'll give you some more updates on that, and we'll probably do a video with Tom Sands and that while the demo's going on, and then we'll probably have it in this field where the sheep have been, because it's not going to matter, you know, for trying out the boom and everything. And we'll get local farmers in, whoever are interested in looking at the sands, and try and get a lot of people together. So that's something to look forward to in February, hopefully. Also, stay tuned in the next couple of weeks with the news on the Quadtracs and that. There'll be some big updates there on what we're doing, as well as how they've sold, the new one coming and everything. And there'll be a video on what we've done and what we're doing at the time. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And thanks for all the subscribers, everybody that's tuning in and watching us, and for the nice comments and everything. It means a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit subscribe and the bell, and that will notify you every time we put a new video up. So thank you very much. Cheers.